Hi guys, Josh here, and in this video I'll be sharing with you 8 Easter eggs, secrets, and useful tricks that most players don't know about in Dinkum. Even if you've been playing for a while, I hope you will learn a few things, and if you do, leave a like on the video to let me know. On the other hand, if you have never played Dinkum, Crafton is sponsoring this video to let you know that during the Steam Summer Sale, which lasts until July 10th, Dinkum is 20% off, its first discount since the full release. If you are interested, check out the Steam page using the link in the description. And now let's dive into the secrets of Dinkum. Let's start with a little reference to the creator of this amazing game, James Benden. By renaming any of your animals to either James or James Benden, they will start wearing these very cool sunglasses. You can change their name at any time through the menu under the Animals tab, and if for some reason you can't handle how cool they look, you can take their sunglasses away by changing their name back to anything else. By the way, Steam achievements should be available at the time of posting this video, and there might be one related to this tip, so don't forget James' name. However, James is not the only person behind the success of this game. Since its launch in early access in 2022, many content creators and streamers have been documenting their journey with Dinkum and covering it in various videos. As a thank you to these creators, unique t-shirts have been added to the game in their honor. To name a few, we have Console Kato, Kenzalone, Riley KS, Ginger Empire, and you can obtain their shirt by doing jobs for NPCs, looking into the recycling bin, or buying them from ThreadSpace. I still do not have a lot of these special shirts, they can be quite hard to find, so keep an eye out for them if you're interested. Being inspired by Australia, the world of Dinkum is of course full of dangers, one of them being sharks. With the right fishing equipment, however, sharks are not always a bad thing, as there is a very interesting weapon you can get from them. First, you need a fishing rod, but not any fishing rod, the iron one specifically, as sharks won't bite with the other ones. Second, it will be easier if you eat fish and chips beforehand, as that gives a significant boost to your fishing ability. The recipe requires a bush lime, a potato, and flake, which is the meat of a shark, so you may have to kill a few of them first, which is not the same as fishing. Once you have your fish and chips and iron fishing rod, try catching the shark like any other fish. It will not go in your inventory, it will only get stunned for a few seconds, but each time it will have a small chance of dropping a battlefish. You can keep trying over and over again with the same shark, you don't have to go find a different one. And keep an eye out for sparkles underwater, as it's not always the most obvious when the weapon has dropped. And lastly, of course, be careful not to get attacked as you pick it up. So this is the battlefish, it deals 12 damage. Is it the best weapon? No, far from it. But it is a fun collectible, and you can get a few milestones from fishing the sharks. Back on the land, I know one problem a lot of people have in this game is with grass. For the longest time, I had no idea the tropical grass turf roll existed, which lets you place an infinite amount of tropical grass. If you're interested, you can find it in the buried chest of the island reef. But what about the other grass types? There is regular grass, fear grass, but how do you get a lot of seeds for those? Well, just put down some sprinklers, make sure that they have a water tank nearby, plant the grass seeds around the sprinklers, and every day tall grass will grow, from which you can collect a few seeds. Make sure you don't mow the lawn, and you don't even need to cut the short bits of grass. Just let them be, and the tall grass will grow back over time. By the way, wombats also like to eat that tall grass, so you could save on animal feed if you house them nearby where you produce your grass seeds. Now, if you want to do the opposite, you want to remove grass and turn it into dirt, or even turn sand into dirt, which can be useful if you're terraforming, that can be done with the tractor. Set it to plowing mode, drive over the area you want to transform into dirt. You will then have to wait a few days, but this requires a lot less effort than using the dirt printer and compactor, or placing paths and removing them. The next two secrets are quite old. If you've been playing for a while, you've probably heard of them from other players, but otherwise the game does not really mention them. There are lots of different flowers that grow around the island, especially in spring, but a special variety that will never spawn naturally is the desert rose. If you put a flower bed, any type of flower bed, over these bones in the desert, The bones will vanish, but this beautiful flower will appear, which you can then pick up. By the way, if you bury a bone yourself, it will create those same looking bones like that on the ground, which can be really nice for decorating, but you won't be able to get the desert rose from those, only from bones that were already there. If you want more of these flowers without having to destroy all of the bones in the desert, simply connect several flower beds together, put the desert rose or any flower you'd like more of in it, and they will multiply over time without you having to do anything else. Next, let's go over some Dinkum history. Before all of the power tools and the charging stations were added to the game, we still had, from the very beginning, the miner's helmet. Since the charging station didn't exist at the time, you may be wondering how was the helmet powered. It was done with the Spinifex resin, which you get from burning a Spinifex tuft in a furnace or a campfire. Once the helmet depleted itself, it would consume one resin automatically, and its charge would fill up instantly. Nowadays, we can simply put the helmet into a charging station, but if you don't want to worry about carrying multiple helmets on your trips underground, you can keep some Spinifex resin in your bag and it will still work. Keep in mind that this trick does not work for anything else than the miner's helmet. It's mostly just a fun remnant of Dinkum's early days. Something else that is fun is paint. Found in the mines or purchased from Jimmy, it's no secret that paint can be used to change the color of any chest or vehicle. But there is one more hidden use for it. First, you need a backpack, actually called a swag pack, one of my favorite pieces of equipment in the game, as it allows you to carry an extra 24 items on yourself at any time. Swag packs can be found in the chest of the hot floor in the mines. They are rare but worth the effort. By default, the bag is brown, but if you put a bucket of paint inside, it will take that color. Unlike vehicles or chests, it does not consume the paint, so you can swap to a different one as often as you'd like, and match with your outfit every day. Also, one thing I learned very recently is that if you pass out, tools that are in your swag pack will not lose durability as opposed to the ones in your regular inventory. So if you tend to go out with a lot of tools, it might be worth keeping the ones you're not actively using in your swag pack. So these were 8 secrets, Easter eggs, and tricks that most players don't know about in Dinkum. I'm sure there is more, after all, a new update just released, so feel free to let me know any fun tips and secrets in the comments. If you have not experienced Dinkum yet, it is 20% off until July 10th as part of the Steam Summer Sale, so check it out using the link in the description. Thanks again to Crafton for sponsoring this video. Leave a like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all in the next video.